because I don't feel like putting on clothes, I'm going to do this from here. I saw Shoe on Head's video about the red pill, so I went to Wikipedia to look it up, and I went to the sources and I found this bullshit. Why we should close women's prisons and treat their crimes more fairly. What Mirko Bagaric is basically saying is, don't send women to prison. Women almost never scare us. You have not met my mother, or my grandmother, or her grandmother, or my ex-girlfriend Courtney commit random acts of serious violence. Look up deadly women and snapped, violate our sexual integrity. Lorena Bobbitt, or form organized crime networks. I can't remember the woman's name, but on Deadly Women, one of the episodes features a woman who ran a cartel, drug cartel. I think it was Colombia. And she had ordered at least 100 people dead. In fact, when a boy was killed, she was actually thrilled. And yet the prison says not the highest records. Yeah, that's because we're in America, although this was posted in Melbourne during homogeneity species breaks down. Women who constitute slightly more than 50% of the population commit only about 20% of the crime. They can be in lower portion of all serious crime. Yeah, but they're still capable of doing it. They're just too busy sucking dick to commit crime. Hillary Clinton is right to assert that sentencing should be reformed through a growing number of female prisoners, but the changes should go as much further as to basically say, Hillary, we do agree, but you don't go far enough. We should just say, don't send women to prison. Just let them do whatever they want. We should implement concert targets to remove the saints in our landscape and social ethnic that are work women's prisons. Or we could legalize pot in America throughout the whole place, and crime will instantly drop, and we'll get a lot of profit in taxes. Similar passages. Women here in America, women commit only 17% of felony, 13% in Australia. When it comes to sexual offenses, rounded up the nearest whole, women commit 0% of all offenders. That's what I say. Oh, fuck you. Have you ever heard, as I just mentioned, Lorena Bobbitt? And that blonde woman, and women who assist their husbands rape and murder people. I can't remember her name, but there was this woman who raped a girl with a rolling pin. Susan Smith seduced her husband thinking they were going to do foreplay and sex. She tied him up, poured scalding hot candle wax on his genitals, and stabbed him 193 times. That's sexual. Ugh. Okay, drug and property offenses. It's like women do commit homicide offenses. Well, at least they admit it. But nearly always a victim is a relative and the crime is committed against the backdrop of an abusive relationship or depressive mindset. Oh, bullshit. I mean, yeah, they're relatives like Andrew Yates, even though that poor woman was suffering from psychosis. You know, Lori Dan, she went into a school and just shot 5 people, killing 1 boy. Brenda and Spencer shot at kids she didn't know, killing the janitor and the principal. All homicides are heinous crimes, but the ones committed by women involve random victims and gender community, women on their period, and gender community fear. And second, Jane Toppin, she was a nurse. At a minimum, she killed 31 of her patients. Those were random people. In fact, in one case, one who survived, she climbed into bed and cuddled with the victim while she was suffering from the poison. Lynn Wermos killed random men that she robbed. Sylvia Seagrass, although she was a victim of schizophrenia, she shot and killed 3 random people, including a little boy and 2 old men. It's not rare. It's just men happen to do that more. And there was a woman, Marguerite something, helped this guy in Canada bomb a plane. And there was this woman in Kuwait burned down an entire building because her husband decided to take a second wife. That wasn't abusive, that's jealousy. She killed 58 people. Yeah. And there's this Japanese woman, she killed 4 people with poison. Despite this, rate of female incarceration is on the increase, far outstripping increase in women now compromise 8%. Which, well, yeah, but so this they suffer more. They have high rates of mental illness. That's because women are crazy. The difference is so stark. Not only women should be treated more leniently because they commit less serious crime, but they also should be treated more leniently when they commit the same crime. Basically, you're saying be more gentle on the women because they commit less crime. No, if you're going to commit a crime, you should face the same. If you're a woman and you commit a crime, you should face the same amount of time that I would. Making it difficult for them to adapt and cope with prison setting. It's hard for anyone, including men, both men and women. So I'm more likely to be. Oh, this this right here is biggest bullshit. In fact, men in prison get raped more than women in the entire country do. Yes, men. If you count prison rape in America, men get raped more than women. Third, society suffers more when we remove a female from it and place her behind a prison wall. So she committed a crime. She deserves to go to prison. So does the guy. More than 50% of incarcerated women are single parents, and even two-parent households, female prisoners similarly tend the child nurturing role. So can men, and there are a lot of single fathers, widow guys whose wife died, or he got custody, or she just got up and left, like that movie I Am Sam. In relation to non-parental dependency, the majority, it's okay. Unless culpable. For those of you who don't know, that means they're less responsible. Bullshit. If she and I, if me and this woman committed, like, murdered a person, both murdered one person each, we are both as responsible. There is a profound devastating link between child sexual violence and female offending. Show that 23% to 37% of females reported they've been physically and sexually abused prior to the age of 18. I was physically abused uh, by my classmates for 7 years. That doesn't mean I'm less culpable of any crime I commit. The rate's even higher in Australia. It's only simply a case of victimizing the victim. No, it's punishing the criminal. Incarcerating someone, whether you're male or female, is punishing a criminal. Or as Lucifer said, we must find this person so they can be punished. The show, starring Tom Ellis. So the system should be to deal more fairly female offending. They've already said this. No female offender. No female offender should be in prison. Are you kidding me? They say, no, don't send women to prison. Just let them go. And I know they say electronic monitoring. Just put an ankle monitor. Whereas this community protection need to impose proportionate penalties to current prison term, but this should be the exception, not the increasing norm. Exceptions are so rare that utopia closing prisons would become a reality. Implementing these changes, it will make, yeah, it will. It will make it just it'll make men look like we're all evil and women are just nurturing. It will what? And it will women will basically get slapped on the wrist while men serve hard time. It will encourage normal sound and sentencing law and policy. This would result in a what the fuck is this? Sentencing system where imprisonment was largely reserved for only serious sexual and violent offenders. Trust me, there are female violent and sexual offenders. Very good. 50% of male U.S. inmates who are in prison for other crimes such as drug, for safety community, billions of dollars annually, going a long way to corrupting. That's what? What? Okay, so this Mirko Bagaric is obviously a feminist, and she just basically wants women to get away with what they did. Just have men. Men already do serve 63% of men face more time for a crime than a woman would for the same exact crime. 63%. Yeah. So this is total bullshit. Well, thank you for watching if you did. Anyway, I've got a date. Well, I might have a date for the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Anyway, stay out there, stay American, stay Christian, and as always, may the force be with you.